Hello, good morning all. Today's we are going to discuss about types of cam and follower. Okay. Before that, what is a cam? Cam is a rotating machine element mounted on a camshaft. Okay, this is a rotating machine element which is mounted on a camshaft and which gives motion to the another element which is called as a follower, which may be either reciprocating, rotating, or oscillating. In the figure you can see that as the cam this is the egg like shape is nothing but a cam which is mounted on a camshaft which has given some input with the help of input shaft with the help of that camshaft, as this is cam is rotating from this point to up to the edge of this point, end of this point. As this cam is rotating, this cam will try to push the follower in upward direction, which is mounted are supported with the help of these guideways, which will push him in upward direction, so that there is a translation motion will occur for follower. And from this point onward, as the cam is moving from this point to this way in this direction, so this follower which is making a point contact at this point everywhere, so it will try to come in a downward direction. In this way the motion is transferred from the cam to the follower, which may be in this case it is rotary to the reciprocating, and this arrangement is called as a cam and follower, which is a unique arrangement to transfer a motion from rotary to reciprocating with respect to the angle wise. You can achieve the precise motion to be transferred from cam to the follower by using this type of arrangement. Then a classification of follower. Okay, the follower has been classified into three main categories. The first one is according to the contact of the surface, how the contact is over there between the follower and cam. Then next one is according to the type of motion, how the motion will be there, and third one is a path of motion, how the motion path will be there for the follower. As we are saying that it is the first category according to the contact surface, how the end of the contacting end of the follower. According that there are four types of followers are there: knife edge follower, roller follower, flat face follower, and last one is spherical face follower. A type of motion, how the followers will move, what type of motion they will follow, that either it may follow reciprocating or translating, that is a linear motion, or second is categories, either they are following a rotating or oscillating motion. And third category is path of motion, the whether it is a radial follower or offset follower. We will discuss it later on, okay, in the upcoming slide. So first category according to the contact surface, how the contact surface is there. In this case it is knife edge follower is given, a figure for the knife edge follower is given. As the name suggests, it is a knife edge, the end of the follower. In this case this is the follower, this is the cam mounted on the cam shaft. The end of the follower which is making contact with the cam is like a knife, and that's why the name is given knife edge follower only, nothing else. These are followers are classified on the basis of their contacting end surface, so that's why it is a knife edge follower. It is not practically used because the end is knife edge, so it will have so many wear and tear is over there, so we are not going to use in a practical point of view. Practical application wise it is not possible to use such type of follower there. So what we are going to use, next one is roller follower. So roller follower, when we are going to use the roller follower, the end of the follower is nothing but a type of roller one which is making a point contact with the cam once again. As it is making a point contact, so it is under the category of a higher pair. We are going to use such type of roller follower where more space is available, like in gas and oil engines or in aircraft engines. Okay, the next one is flat face follower. As we are saying that we are once again changing the contacting end of the follower, that is a flat end has been made over here instead of a roller. For the second category, first one it is a knife edge follower, end is changed, instead of a roller it is a instead of a knife edge it is a roller. Third one is a flat end. Okay, this is used to operate the valves of automobile engine generally. And last one category under the heading of a contact surface, according to contacts of surface follower. So last one is spherical face follower. Over here the end of the follower has been changed. Instead of it is a flat, we are making a somewhat a spherical type. Why we are making this spherical face? Because when we are using a flat face type of follower, we will have a lot of traces are generated over there. So in order to minimize these traces, we are going to use a spherical face follower. In case of these are also used in case of a automobile engine. Then next category is according to the type of motion, whether the follower is moving a follower is reciprocating or rotating. Okay, this is the second category, that is the reciprocating or oscillating. First one is reciprocating or translating. When the cam is rotating, the follower is reciprocating or sliding inside the guide way. That's why it is called as a reciprocating or a translating type of follower. That is one other category of the type of follower. And next one is either it is first one is over, that is reciprocating, and second one is oscillating or rotating. As the cam in this figure, you can see that as the cam is over here and the follower is pivoted at this pin point, that is called as the fulcrum point. And about this fulcrum point, as the follower is rotating, this cam is rotating, the follower will oscillate about this fulcrum point and giving a oscillating motion to the whole output motion. In previous case, the input is rotary and output is reciprocating. In this case, in right now the second case, the input is rotary similar to the first one, but output is oscillating. So that was the change in case of a type of motion to be transferred or output motion to be obtained from the same assembly. Then according to the path of motion, what is the path of motion? Whether the axis of the camshaft and the axis of the follower are passing to the same axis or they are going to coincide. If they are going to coincide, then it is called as a radial follower. If the axis of the follower does not pass through the axis of the camshaft, then it is called as an offset follower. That's why it is under the category of according to the path of motion. How the path of motion is there for the follower? Whether the axis of the follower is passes through the camshaft, then it is called as radial follower. If it is not passing through the axis of the camshaft, then it is called as the offset follower. In all the four figure, you can see that this is the axis of the camshaft, this is the axis of the follower. There is a somewhat distance. They are not going, so the offset distance is given, and that's why it comes under the category of offset follower. For roller follower, same category. For flat face follower, same category, as well as for the spherical face follower. Then the classification of cam is follower is over. Now we will discuss about the classification of a cam. Once again, the cams are classified on the basis of three main categories. First one is the follower motion, how the follower will move, and according to the cams are described. Second one is the shape of cam, how the shape of cam is given to us. And last one is the constraint, okay, physically how they are constrained to each other. So according to that, these are the three types category under the first category, that is according to the follower motion. According to the shape of cam, there are 5 are there, and last one according to the constraint of the follower, there are 2 are there. We will discuss it one by one. The first one according to the follower motion. Before that, we are supposed to know what is meant by dwell, rise. According to the follower motion, first one is dwell, rise, dwell, return, dwell. What the meaning of these terms, dwell, rise and return? In this figure you can see the cam angle, as the cam is making a rotation, so this rotation is distributed along the x-axis 0 to 360 degree, and the follower displacement, whether the follower is moving up and down, that it will travel certain distance from x to the y along the y-axis, so it will linearly travel certain distance, so that is nothing but a follower displacement. So that follower displacement is taken along the y-axis, and we have shown how the follower will move. What is by dwell? The period during which the follower does not move up or down, that is called as a dwell period, from 0 to certain amount of angle. Then from 0 degree of angle, from 0 displacement, it will try to move in upward direction. That part is called as a rise portion. Once again, there will be a dwell. It means that the follower does not move from its position. It will remain steady, though the cam is rotating for a certain degree. If I am saying that this is 60 degree, the cam is rotated through a 60 degree angle, but the follower does not move from its position. It has achieved its topmost position. It is remain over there. Okay, so that is the dwell portion. once again, and from this, as soon as this 60 degree is over, it is trying to move in a downward direction, so it is called as a return. So that's why the follower motion is dual, rise, dual, return, and dual, and on the basis of that the cams are classified or cam are categorized. Second one is dual, rise, return, dual, cam. So in this case, first portion is dual, during which second portion is rise, third portion is return, and fourth portion is dual. This is the motion of the follower, and on the basis of the motion of the follower, the cam is described. And third category is rise, return, rise, cam. In this case, 0 to 360 degree, we have to move the cam angle. So 0 to 360, half of the portion is for rise, and lateral half for the return, and this cycle is repeated once again, rise, return, and rise, return. That's why on the basis of follower motion, the cam is described as rise, return, rise, cam. Next one is translation according to the shape of cam. How the shape of the cam is given. In previous case, you can see that the shape of the cam is circular like one, and now the shape of the cam is translation or a flat or a wedge cam. Okay, the motion is a translation and the shape is a wedge one or a flat one. Okay, that's why according to the shape of the cam is a wedge type. That's why the name given is wedge cam. In this case, in previous case, what we have discussed, the cam is rotating machine element which is rotating about a certain cam axis, and which will give the motion to the follower in such a way that the follower move in a y axis, along y axis, vertical axis. Okay, but in this case, the translation motion, the cam is moving in a linear direction, and the follower is moving in a also linear direction but along the y axis. So that's why it is according to the shape of the cam. The category is wedge cam. Okay, so next one is according to the shape of cam, radial or disc cam, which has been discussed previously up till now. The disc type cam is over there, which is rotating, and output motion is once again reciprocating motion for the follower, which is a roller type of follower. That is according to the shape of cam. Third shape is cylindrical or a drum type cam is so cam is this one and follower is this one, which is fixed along the guideways. This one not fixed, it is will move along this one. Okay, now as the cylindrical cam is rotating and there is a cut, cylindrical cut is provided around the shape of the cylinder, so that as the this cylinder is moving, so along this shape the cam is will rotate, follower will rotate, and because of this counter shape, this follower will move in linear direction along the x-axis. In this way, cylindrical motion or the rotation motion is transferred to the linear x-axis motion or reciprocating motion along the x-axis. Next one is conjugate or double disc cam. The shape of the cam is like a conjugate one. Two cam are there which are joined together, disc 1 and disc 2. Okay, which are joined together, and there is a slot is provided for this roller, and also there are two rollers. Okay, two followers which are hinged at one point. It is a single part but having two dimension, two ways. One is this roller and another is this roller, but it is a single follower. Okay, that is pointed at this point, and this cam is offset. This might be the center of the circular disc, but this is this cam is pinned at this particular point, so it is offset this cam, and as it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, because of this offset, this will force the follower to oscillate about this pin point. Okay, so once again, a rotary motion is going to be input is the rotary motion and output is a oscillatory motion, and that this can be achieved with the help of a conjugate or a double disc cam, and this is used for highly speed application. This type of cams are there. Globoidal cam are similar to the cylindrical cam. Instead of that only cylindrical cut, there is a concave or convex globoids cut are provided around the circumference of a cam. In this is similar to the cylindrical cam, but there is a convex or concave cuts are provided, globoids cuts are provided, and there is a roller which will be forcing or moving in this direction along the globoids cuts on the circumference of the cam, and the follower will oscillate about in this direction. Okay, Once again, the globoidal, because of the shape only, similar to globoidal and cylindrical cam are similar to each other, only there is a shape cut which are provided around the circumference are somewhat different. That's why there is a, and there is a difference between them. And also we have categorized this according to the shape of cam, and that's why they are different somewhat. And last one is according to the manner of constant of the follower. The first category is a positive dry cam, and second one is a preloaded spring cam. So first one is positive dry cam. What means the positive dry cam? It means that there is no lose of point of contact between the cam and follower. In this case, you can see that this in the bracket, square bracket, rectangle bracket, the follower is nothing but your rectangle bracket. Inside that there is a cam is provided, which is offset, which is mounting at the offset cam axis, as this cam is rotating, and it is having offset, certain offset distance. So it will try to force the follower to reciprocate along this y-axis, and because of that the output motion is achieved. Okay, so if you look at the mechanically they are how they are attached, in this case the point contact between the cam and follower, both the side, it's achieved throughout the motion transfer. Whenever you are going to transfer the motion, they are not going to lose the point contact between them. That's why it is called as a positive dry cam. There is no going to, they are not going to lose any sort of a point of contact between them, and that's why positive. It means that they are not going to lose their point of contact. And last one is preloaded spring cam. What does it mean? As the cam is rotating, we have seen this figure as 2-3 slide before also. So as the cam is rotating, the follower will reciprocate, but as the speed increases, the centrifugal force of the cam will try to force, or will try to push this follower in upward direction. At a higher speed, there may be the chances that cam and the follower may lose this point of contact. Okay, and in order to not to lose this point of contact, we are applying some sort of a spring between the guideways and this roller follower, so that it will try to push him in a downward direction, and this point of contact remain forever. They are not going to lose the point of contact. That's why it is called as a preloaded spring cam. The previous one, there is always positive dry contact because of the physical arrangement over there, and in this case, though he have make a arrangement, that there is a chances that they are going to lose a point of contact, but we are going to provide a spring over there so that they will remain forever in a contact, so that there is no cut in the power transmission. Whatever may be the power transmission, either it is a linear to the rotary to the linear, or rotary to the oscillating or reciprocating. So according to the mechanical constraint, how the physically they are attached to each other, so in this way the cams are classified. So we have discussed about all the types of cam and follower, how they are classified and in details. Okay, thank you.